Hey there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It is Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I was loving the weather today. I don't know about you and where you are, but today was a perfect desert day. About 75 degrees, light breeze, just the reason why I moved to the desert. But that's not what we're doing tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be creating 4 cards. Simple ones, quick ones. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do backgrounds with doilies. And one way with actually scoring to make your background, if you can believe that. So we got to get going because we've got 4 to do. So I'm going to flip you around and we're going to get started. Okay, so let's see if this is still adjusted. I'm not certain. We might have to do a tiny bit. We do. So let's do a little bit of shifting, shall we? So that way everything's good. Okay, so I'm going to finish getting set up computer-wise, and hopefully y'all will join me, and we'll see what is going on. So hopefully that's right. Okay, I think so. Let's see. Happening now. Yep. Okay. All right, you guys. So for tonight, I'm going to be creating four cards. Okay. So let me put these to the side here. Alrighty. This one's going to be last. That one's going to be first. That one's going to be second. All right. So cards. Yes? Okay. So the first one is just simply to put the doily behind and then cut out the bunny. Easy, right? The second one is going to be to spritz the doily on the background and have it be printed, for lack of better terms. The third one is to cut it to make corners. And the very last one, and I'm like, I don't know if you can see this or not. I know in the photo it did not show up. Hey Iris, how are you? I know in the photo it did not show up, so I'm trying to figure out how close and what lighting. And do you see those corners? How they've got a little bit of score mark there? We're going to do something different to see if it shows up a little bit better, but this is the concept, so we'll see. Okay. So I need, instead of my scoreboard, I need my pierce mat. So if you guys are trying to beat the deadline for shipping going up, please let me know before you place an online order if you cannot order something. I may have it in stock and we might be able to work something out. So please let me know before, or I can let you know when it's coming back in. But please let me know before you put the order in so you're not paying shipping twice. All right, so. Okay. Lots to do tonight. Hey Gina, how are you? So, I'm postponing question of the day, not for tonight, but for a little bit, just to see if a couple more people join in. Simply so I'm not repeating myself all night. But hey, you know, it's okay. All right. So for tonight, we have one card base that is white. So that needs to go together. And then I have 3 card bases that are very vanilla. This is still thick, okay? And then I've got 3 mats that are not necessarily the right size, so we're gonna have to go through all this. So I wanna do this before I begin stamping and doing, because I kinda wanna be able to assemble as I go. So I know these are correct. Card base. This is thick, very vanilla. Same with the basic white, and they are all cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. Okay. Now all the mats, we're going to be doing 4 cards. I'm using Cinnamon Cider, which is retiring. If you haven't had a chance to look at the last chance list, do it because shipping goes up on the 1st. So tomorrow is your last day to have normal $6.95 or 10%. It goes up to $7.95 or 11. And I know it's not much, but if you've already got stuff on your wait list, do not pay more, right? All right, so the mat is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Now, if you have a sharp blade in your trimmer, you can do this. I would not recommend doing this if you haven't changed it out for a while or you've got little fuzzies or anything like that. Your blade needs to be nearly perfect to do this. So you can stack them up and you can do them all at the same time. Okay? So, all right, and since Gina, you're at Mom's right now, what was for dinner? I know you guys already ate, so. All right, so those are the mats. All right, now I'm gonna grab the white one and just check. 3 3/4 by 5 is what I want the inner mats to be. And I believe all of these are 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So we are gonna have to do some trimming, and that is okay. These are regular thickness and not super thick. The thick for the card bases. This is the regular. This is 80 pound instead of, I believe it's 110. If you're wondering. So, okay. Now that we're cut, ready to go. I'm going to move that across. All right, and then for the stamp sets tonight, I've got the Easter Friends. We're going to be using the bunny and probably Happy Easter out of it since that's what's coming up, right? And on the Here Together set, I'm going to be using the Ray, and I'll explain it in a little bit. It's not anywhere on the samples, but I want to show you a different way to do the scoring. So I'm just going to get Bunny on my block, and I'm going to get Happy Easter on my block. Okay, so there's half the battle, right? Tuna sandwich and salad. That sounds like good for a warm day. So, all right, and then I'm going to do my Sunray. I haven't eaten yet because I've been busy prepping this. So, tonight's dinner will be fettuccine alfredo from scratch. Yes, really. So, for the very first one, I didn't actually have to cut the mat. No, I did. I need one more piece. Hold on. Thankfully, I have them already done. Okay. I forgot I needed to be able to stamp, right? All right, so Cinnamon Cider coming at ya. And this little bunny is gonna get stamped here. This is part of Easter Friends. And just look how gorgeous that stamps, right? Oh my gosh. So we're gonna clean this guy off. I probably could have left him since I'm gonna use all the same color, but I'm so used to cleaning that it's what it is. I think I just stuck my thumb in it. Nope, I did okay. All right, so for this one, there's no die for this guy. So I'm just simply fussy cutting quickly. All right, and then while you're watching me cut this out, oh my gosh, right? So, question of the day, right? I know y'all are waiting. I'm raffling off a pack of the brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times fast, huh? So the question of the day is, what are you hoping to see in the new catalog? And if you signed up for On Tour, I already got my physical one. Otherwise, it's all online if you're part of my team. So, and if not, then you're waiting until mid-April because I can order them on the 1st. So, alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm grabbing my doily, I'm grabbing a card base, assemble, right? And before I do any gluing, we're going to do the stamping. So what we're going to do is line this up and go, all right, that needs to go on the bottom third, okay? You always want to kind of dry fit your stuff. So that way, you don't end up with surprises, right? It's just that simple. So there's one. We're gonna glue those couple on real quick. And grab our doily. These are from the Heart and Home. Remember, these are not retiring. Anything in the mini catalog is not retiring until June. So please don't think that everything's going out at once, because it's not. So now we're going to grab a bunch of dimensionals, 3 to be exact. And we're going to peel and stick. If you have trouble getting the edges off, stick your thumbnail down in the middle of it and it'll make it pop up and you'll be able to get it off easy, or you can use your take your pick tool to poke it. So, more sea creatures and stamps. You should have been around a couple years ago. My gosh, the cycle was nothing but. So, maybe soon. You know what? I forgot to put them out. Let's see if I can peel. Yes, our glue does set well. But if you catch it fast enough, you can often peel. There you go. So, yeah, so much fun. When you get going too quick, yep, that's what happens, right? So, the Happy Easter is going to go on the mat, not the card base. Thought I had it all together. Guess what? Now you know that I'm human too. Alright, so we're going to glue this mat on and cover our stamp of Happy Easter. If you don't want to mat it, don't. But don't put your paper on top of the glue just like I did. So there's that. Here's my inner mat. There we go. So, you know, some days you just have those moments where things do not come together, and it's okay. So there is the first card. And I noticed I didn't have any bling on my other one, so we gotta bling this, right? We just have to. So there's my butterflies, okay? So there's card number 1. So, better with bling or without? Should I even ask, right? So, yeah. So much fun. So there's that one. Okay. Next up, we're going to do this one, but I'm going to spray this and leave it dry, and then we're going to come back to it. So, I want to do that first. Okay, so a couple tips. This is our Stampin' Spritzer. Comes in a pack of 3, right? Always with, right? Not always, but pretty close, huh? So this is our Stampin' Spritzer tube. So what you want to do is not fill this with water. And you're like, well, then what'd you do? I grabbed my refill and I put about a dozen drops in here. And I filled it first with rubbing alcohol. Just plain old rubbing alcohol. No concentrate, no craziness, no nothing, okay? But why? Because rubbing alcohol dries quicker. So if you're not using watercolor paper, which I'm not in this case, right? So if you're not using watercolor paper, I want it to dry super quick. For one, I don't want to wait. And for two, I don't want my paper to warp. So that's all there is to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this along the edge. Take my cap off. Do not spray this and test it over your carpet because you have ink in it, okay? Why do I say that? Because I have a habit of doing that. So, okay. So you're going to do that and grab your lace. And then you're going to do this and you're going to go, whoo, rubbing alcohol. This is also why I have black tablecloths, if you're wondering. So there's that. You can let that doily dry if you would like, but it does have ink on it. So it makes life a little fun. And yes, I have ink, so spare me a second. I gotta get a wipe. I don't want to do fingerprints everywhere. Okay. The infamous baby wipes, right? Because I don't want to leave fingerprints all over the place, and that's just what it is. So, all right. So this is almost dry already, but I'm going to leave it set. Notice my cardstock didn't warp at all. So amazing, right? So, Miss Rena, the question of the day for you is, what are you hoping to see in the new catalog? That is your question of the day. So, all right, so we're going to go to this one now. So different card base. Hopefully this is, it's still a little wet. So we're going to try to stay out of that. We'll see how that goes. Won't we? All right. So I am grabbing some Stampin' Seal because I know my mat is super easy. No thought, just stick it on, hopefully straight, ready to go, right? Now, all right, dry. No, not completely, but it's on the back side, so we still should be okay. All right, so I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna grab my Happy Easter with my cinnamon cider. So I am stamping my bunny first because I don't mind if the doily overlaps, but I don't want to have gaps in my stamping. I thought for sure it would just barely fit and it didn't, and so I've got little marks and I don't like that. So that's how it goes, right? And then I'm grabbing my Happy Easter and I'm going sideways, guys. Why? Because I can. Okay? It's just that simple. So we're going to do that, and I've already got 2 pieces left over from the last time. So I'm going to throw some seal on here real quick. Throw this up in the corner. Oh, do I want to block that? Let's see. Yeah, because I don't like that other side even more so. So there's that. And there's that. And I'm moving over to where it's a little lighter. It should be about dry, but hey Cheryl, how are you? So question of the day, what are you hoping to see in the new catalog? All right, stamps. No kidding, huh? You got to give me a little bit more, like a certain style, a certain thing. Like, no kidding, Stamps. Hi. I'm hoping to see ink. There you go. So, all right, so this should be dry. There's my bunny. And my Happy Easter is going sideways, because that's where it's fitting. If you don't want it to go sideways, look above it. Some musical instruments. Okay. Sorry, hun. I didn't see it. I'm going too quick, evidently. I'm sorry. Missed that one. So, so much fun. Trying to keep up and talk and do, it's like, it makes my brain kind of go on overload. So, forgive me for if I miss occasionally. All right, so I'm grabbing my card base. And throwing some Stampin' Seal. So we're down already 3 cards. I think we're doing pretty good. How are you guys doing? So there's that one. I did this a little bit less so the bunny didn't get bumped, shall we say. So, but we need bling, right? Of course, huh? So hopefully it'll be dry enough to stick. It should be though. So we're gonna grab our 3 here. And I think that's about good. Okay. So there's card number technically 2, but finished 3. Flower stamps, you know me. Yes, I do, my dear. So, all right, so last card. Last one, okay? This is the one I want you guys to focus on. I know I saved it for last, but hey, you know? All right, so I'm just sticking my mat on so I don't lose it in the process here, because we're not doing anything with it except making it look pretty, right? Okay. So here's how this works. All right, so scoring lines to create texture. I know, right? So with this one, I did the corners here. I did the corners, if you can see them. I'm not sure if you can, but when I did that, I actually did this on the scoreboard, the Simply Scored scoring tool, this big guy, so I can measure accordingly and not have to think about how far down I'm going and all that kind of stuff, right? This time, I'm going to show you a little trick, okay? And it's very similar to like when we color and we stamp very lightly, so you have no lines, okay? It's very similar to that. So first things first, I'm stamping my bunny, okay? I'm gonna stamp my bunny in a little bit up from the middle because I'm still getting Happy Easter down there, okay? If you want different colors, go for it, but I'm trying to line up with the mats I picked. So there's that, okay? Now I am getting rid of my cinnamon cider because it's too dark. And I'm going to my Daffodil Delight, which to me was the lightest one I could find, okay? If yours is balmy blue, it's whatever you want to do, okay? This is where a light table would come in, but you stamp really, really light, and I got to figure out where my head is. And I'm going to stamp on the back, okay? And now I'm like, am I going to do the bottom? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do the top. Here's why you do this, though. I know, he's just a gorgeous little bunny, huh? He almost looks like Jode's bunny. So, all right. So now I'm going to grab my pierce mat. And I'm going to grab the stylus off of my scoreboard, okay? What I'm going to do is, with the small tip, all right, I want my thicker portion where I start is going to be a little bit bigger than where I flare out. So I'm going to start here and go out. Okay? And I'm going to start here and I'm going to go out. And yes, I'm going to reinforce it a little bit. Okay? Do not be in a hurry, because if you slip, then your thing will look horrible. Okay? But you definitely, if you don't have a pierce mat, grab an old mouse pad, grab an old magazine. That's what you got to do. So we're just grabbing here. I'm going to have my halo bunny, you guys. So, but we're grabbing here. And you are just embossing. So if you had a nice filigree, if you had a nice, the thing is, you got to hand do this. So make sure you do not pick anything that has horrible detail. And don't push too hard. What's too hard? That's too hard right there, huh? So what I'm going to do is kind of flatten that out so you don't see the hole. But do you see the score? I hope. I'm like trying to figure out which way for the light. But do you see that? So you could make like a little pattern down here, add a flower, do some words, done, right? I kind of got this idea from Cheryl. Help me with the group. What's the group name? Can you look it up real quick and put it in the comments? There's a group called... yeah, put some bling on the hole. Yeah, I don't want to cover it though, so it's okay. What's the group called? It's simple card making, simple cards, simple... anyways, so I got this idea from something from that, who got some idea from somewhere else. You know how this goes. But you definitely want to stamp in a light color so that way it doesn't show through when you do this. And then if you really wanted to accent that, you could take a dauber and go lightly so it doesn't hit the rest of the cardstock. Clean and simple, thank you. So there's a Facebook group called Clean and Simple Cards, I believe, or card making. And they've got some really cute stuff. So make sure to check it out. So what do you think? It's different, right? Definitely some bling. Where's my bling? Not your bling. Where's mine? I'm gonna grab some more butterflies, huh? All right. So and one big one in between there. Okay. So there we go. What do you think of that idea? I don't think I'd want to do it for a class, but it's a really cool concept. We'll see. I might end up doing it for a class. I have no idea, but just really kind of different, you know? Brings a different level of texture. So, I know, right? The ducks are cute too. Here's the rest of the stamp set. The ducks are cute too. The grass is amazing, but I'm like the bunny for Easter coming up, and yeah, you just got to. So, happy Easter with the scoring, with the cutout, with the spritz, with the spritz, with the cutout. Oh my gosh. And then just regular, right? So cute. So cute, so cute. All right, hand embossing, yes, but whew. And if you don't have a machine, you can always run your embossing folder with a rolling pin. I would not recommend it. They warp really well, and it's really kind of tough, but yeah. So, all right. So I'm going through question of the day. I've got Gina. I've got Iris. I haven't finished scrolling, so hold on. Don't say I missed you yet. Musical instruments. I'm like, I'd have to look and see. Huh. See, I tend to not like the music stuff because Joel usually analyzes it and says, what's wrong with this folder? The notes are not right or something. So, all right. And then Miss Cheryl. For question of the day, I think that's all I have. So I've got Cheryl, I've got Iris, and I've got Gina. Please let me know if I missed you. I don't want to miss anybody. I really don't want to miss anybody. After that last time with Pam, I think 2 times ago. Oh, no thank you. I don't want to ever make anybody feel like they got missed. So, alrighty. So, Miss Cheryl, can you put up the drum roll? I love your emojis, honey. So I got the 3 of you. All right. So random name is Miss Gina. Gina, are you still on? I'm sure you are. Miss Gina gets the fuzzy pen, and she gets the brushed brass butterflies. You have an awesome day today, Miss Gina. Your brush tip came in today as well. So please let me know when you're swinging by or vice versa, and we will get that to you. So congratulations, Miss Gina. Today is your lucky day. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope this enlightened you. I was going to do more simple cards with different techniques for next week, but I found something I think we're going to enjoy better. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you with that and say follow me, stampinwithjohnny.com, and have a great evening. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.